Since 1991, the nations of the former Soviet Union, as well as the nations of the Warsaw Pact, have had to contend with what to do about the socialist-era statues and monuments which exist in their cities and towns. Today, we will take a look at the path that Budapest, Hungary took in the 1990s, as well as gain a little insight into the Hungarian national memory around the socialist period. In 1991, the Soviet Union finally collapsed. I would imagine that many people around Central and Eastern Europe drank enough liquor to kill a horse in celebration. Among all the questions being asked about what would happen to the pension system or the healthcare system, there were a number of questions asked regarding what would happen about the symbols of the socialist era. Changing a flag or coat of arms, that was easy. Pieces like a statue of Lenin in a city center are small and easy to remove or cover up or put into a museum. The question of Budapest was what to do with all the large monuments. Large monuments such as the Béla Kun statue that depicts the revolution of 1919-1920 are very much historical pieces, but they remind people of totalitarian rule. Does it have artistic value? Yeah, sure, I can give it artistic value, but does it need to be in a city center? That's the critical question. Residents of Budapest decided that monuments like the Béla Kun monument would be disassembled and reassembled in a new location. Multiple statues would be disassembled and reassembled over the course of 2 years into a kind of memorial park, a Sobor park in Hungarian. The following are snippets from a June 1993 broadcast in Budapest. I'd like to remind everyone that Hungary at this time was very much a democracy, a young one, but still democratic. The way that people speak and the way this is shot, it looks like it came out of a 1980s Soviet-era propaganda film. Let's take a listen.
Emlékeit, amelyeket most tetszenek látni, ebben a Sobor Parkban gyűjtik össze és teszik közszemlére. A Sobor Parkon sajátságos módon, mintha rajta ülne a szocializmus szelleme vagy az átka. A mai ünnepélyes avatás után ugyanis bezárják, még dolgoznak rajta egy keveset, és augusztusban nyílik meg valójában.
Kedves elvtársak, kedves elvtársnők, kedves szobor elvtársak, kedves szobor elvtársnők, kedves szoborcsoport elvtársak! Mi nem vagyunk kevesen, viszont sokan vagyunk. Ezért engedjék meg, hogy szívem egész parázsló melegével köszöntsem Önöket ezen a nevezetes napon. Mondjuk meg nyíltan, elvtársak, hogy nem kevés nehézségbe került nekünk megszervezni a szocialista szobrok első találkozóját. De hogyan is mondta a mi nagy Sztálin elvtársunk, a nehézségek arra valók, hogy legyőzzük őket. És mi nem sokat szájtátizkodtunk, elvtársak.
All the singing, the jokes, the red flags, the giant statue of Lenin, the man saying elvtárs more times than I can count, it's really something else. And it's emblematic of this time period where the socialist mindset had not quite fallen off, but everyone was happy the Soviets were leaving. The 1990s are very much a decade of turbulence for the Balkans and wider post-socialist Europe. The way that capitalism was introduced, and particularly the privatization of state assets, was horribly mismanaged, to put it lightly. The people in the crowd, who are probably no more than 30, most of them, would have grown up under a system that is much different than what they had been experiencing the last several years of their lives. It must have been quite the turbulent time. However kitschy and simple it is for us today, looking back, for them this must very well have been a sense of familiarity in a changing world. Until about the early 2010s, I distinctly remember seeing polls suggesting that various nations of Central and Eastern Europe had an affinity or a fondness for the socialist period. Today, Sobor Park is one of the least visited sites by tourists that you can find in Budapest. More people are interested in the castles and the Church of János Hunyadi and other such more stately pieces of Hungarian history that reflect the Christian past and not the socialist occupation period. The people who want to learn about that usually go to Terrorház. There's a number of things you can do more close to the city. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about today's piece. And let me know if you would visit the Sobor Park if given the chance.
A munkásosztály, a dolgozó parasztság és a haladó értelmiség egymással karöltve tett hitet a mai napon a szocializmus mellett. Elvtársak, jó étvágyat kívánok mindenkinek a jól megérdemelt vasárnapi ebédhez. A viszontlátásra!